Pastor, what prophets are you talking about? Well, my sisters and brothers, may I suggest to you that there are moments, there are brief but positive moments throughout the trajectory of history when prophets are born, but their community and family do not recognize their prophetic brilliance. Matter of fact, Jesus was not regarded well in his own community. Jesus never performed one miracle in Nazareth because folk in Nazareth just said, that's that bastard child that Mary had. A prophet is without honor in his own kingdom. And we've got some ghetto prophets among us that we don't even recognize. Their prophetic speech is not neatly packaged for our middle class digestion. And sometimes prophets don't come from the ivory halls of our seminaries or from the ranks of our religious elite. Sometimes prophets come out of places that have little notoriety, places that are looked upon with disdain. Sometimes prophets come out of Nazareth, where people ask, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? Can any good thing come out of the field? Come on. Oh, yeah. Can any good thing? Sometimes they come out of the muddy waters of Mississippi like a Fannie Lou Hamer. Sometimes they come from the bosom of the Southern Black Church like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There are times when our prejudice keeps us from hearing ghetto prophets who preach a brand of thug theology, which keeps us from hearing the truth from their lips because of their coarse language and their ragged subject-verb agreement. They don't talk with proper diction, so we can't hear these ghetto prophets. There are prophets whose message speaks to our current condition, but because they aren't adorned in church regalia or aligned with our pious standard of church living, a standard, by the way, that most of us can't even live up to, we can't even hear what they have to say. I know. You can't hear these ghetto prophets because they are some of the greatest prophetic contradictions, as their lives many times are caught between the shining heaven of possibility and the hell of socially constructed reality. They are neither saint nor demon, but all human. My son Talbert, he goes by his stage name of T. Swan. Very original. Amen. Amen. And he tells me that he too is a preacher, but he just doesn't use a pulpit the way his daddy does. He says he uses his music as his sermon, yet delivers it in a cadence that can be comprehended by his peers to produce a message for the masses. And so he says in one of his songs called Growing Pains, he says, I feel that I'm at war with the world because every day I'm fighting to be heard. And may I submit to you that there are many 18, 19, 20, and 21-year-old black boys just fighting to be heard. Can't you hear their frustration? Can you hear their struggle? Can you hear their concern for growing up in a world where they are seen as public enemy number one? Can you feel them as they live in an atmosphere that looks upon them with distrust and suspects them as being a criminal just for being who they are? Can you hear them as they cry out, wanting to be heard, to be loved, to be accepted as creative young men made in God's image, yet society, black, white, Asian, and otherwise, seem only to be able to view them as thugs?